Hey guys, Joe's Hand here, and today I did it at the end of a 30-minute video, so you probably didn't get a good example or look at my pewterator, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. It looks a little dark right now, but let there be light! So this is my computer, my Ready Devil, as I call it. I don't call her a her. She doesn't deserve it. But yeah, let's go over what I done did. This is, as I've said many a times, a Fractal Design case, which was never designed to have this radiator setup, nor a hardline water cooling system in it. It was designed to have a 240 or a 280 radiator up front, or a 240 or 280 millimeter radiator up top. Either of those would have been fine, but as you can see, I have a 360 millimeter radiator up top and a 240 in the front. It's not sitting where it should. The actual mount for the radiator and the fans is actually a little bit lower. I moved the radiator up in order to give this bend to the reservoir. Otherwise it would have been a very sharp blit blit and it wouldn't have looked good, and the radiator would have been sitting nearly on the floor. As you can see, I've also got some floor space left because this originally had 3 separate bays in it. It had one drive bay with 4 slots, one drive bay with 6 slots, and then a optical bay for DVD-ROMs, CD-ROMs, what have you. I had to rivet out a couple of those. I mean, if you really want to see the whole thing, go up there and you can see the whole video, but I wound up drilling out that one and then mounting an X99 system in here along with 2 EVGA hydro copper graphics cards. These are just 770s, but to be honest, that's plenty for me. As you can see, I'm doing some 1080p gaming on maximum settings on Fallout 4, and it doesn't push at all. And you can see my temperatures are very nicely controlled. Doesn't go much higher than that even under full load. You can see that GPU 1 does most of the work in this system. But yeah, I finally put the LEDs that were, again, they were lining the back of my desk, kind of giving it a backlit look, and it will do that again in my new place. But for now, I thought I'd put these LEDs in here because it brightens it up. Now this strip ends right there, so I think I'm going to attach the other piece that I have. I have another piece that's like 18 inches long, and I'm going to wrap it around the back side of the radiator, because being a 360, it's not as wide as a 420 mil would be in that same setup. So I have room behind it to basically attach the LED strip to the back, which will light up inside here. For processor, it is a Intel Core i7-6800K. For daily driver duties, I run it at 4.1 gigahertz. I've had it stable at 4.5, where it did better than a 12-core, 24-thread Xeon X whatever, blah, blah, blah. If you open your Cinebench, it's the top Xeon processor that's listed, and this crushed it. And that was at 1.26 volts. Down here, I have a NZXT 440, H440 power shroud. This is out of the other case that I had that I was kind of trying to modify to do like custom acrylic panels and stuff, but I don't have the room nor the tools right now to do it, so that's why I decided to modify this case. Easier to modify, same amount of room. And on top of it, I have 2 SSDs, and as you can see, they're kind of kicked out at a little bit of an angle, and that's because they're not for this shroud, for this case. The cables are actually running way back in here, which are hidden, and it kind of clocked both of the SSDs over a little bit, so they clear well. The pump res combo, that's the Enermax Neo Changer 400 milliliter 200 millimeter setup. I just like saying that, it's funny. For RAM, it currently has XPG ADATA 3000 megahertz RAM running in dual channel. Since I only have 2 sticks, I don't care where they sit, and I explained it before, if I move one stick to the other side, it doesn't work correctly, so keeping them in there. For cooling and fans, I have XPS radiators and XSPC, I don't know why I keep saying XPS, that's a Dell thing, XSPC radiators, as well as an XSPC water block on the CPU, and it does really well. The Hydro Compers use Swiftech GPU blocks. All hardline fitting tubing from Thermaltake. It's 16 millimeter outer diameter, 12 millimeter inner diameter. I did all the bending myself. It sits pretty parallel. The whole desk is tilted because of the weight, but the pipes are all sitting parallel. I tried to avoid as much crossing over as possible. It's unavoidable when you have two connections that are literally forced to be next to each other, but I think I did it without it getting obnoxious. I don't like it when you have like this tube coming over here, crossing this one crossing that one to come up here. That's why I have it actually in a reverse parallel format for the graphics cards, because if you notice, the graphics cards have the outlet of the CPU coming down here, going through both cards, out here, back up to the radiator, which then goes to the other radiator, which then goes to the res. I know some people don't think parallel works, but yeah, 40 degrees inside a case while gaming. Granted, this game isn't super intensive, but this won't go over 50 degrees, and that's impressive. I use an MSI SLI bridge that I had to modify to get to fit. As you can see, I took all the paint off the aluminum, and I'm going to do another video. I recorded one before, but I lost the video of me modifying that one to fit in there. In terms of fans, I have 6 visible Thermaltake red ring fans. They're LED, and when this white is off, you can see prominently. That's how it looks at night, because I don't run the white LEDs at night. And then it uses Asia Horse, I think, were these cable extensions. They were cheap. I've done the $80 Thermaltake ones before, but these ones were on Amazon for $32 shipped, and they seem to do the job really well. I only have one set of 8-pin connectors, so the other card is just using the stock ones, but because of the way I'm running the cards, because of the way I'm running the wires, I can cover up the bottom card's wires going through the shroud. If you see there, that's one hard drive, and behind the radiator is the other hard drive. So I have 2 spinning mechanical hard drives mounted to the front side of the case, which works perfectly fine. It doesn't get too hot, and it doesn't vibrate much, and I used rubber mounts when I mounted it, so it's not much different from if you were mounting in a hard drive cage. I don't have the back panel on it yet because I'm still monkeying around with the cable management, as well as I'm running extra fans off of a Molex splitter. I also have to relocate this fan controller, because this fan controller controls the 4 fans here. I had to think about which fans were controlled. So I have 2 140 millimeter fans drawing in. They're the original Fractal fans. These are SPs, by the way. They're static pressures. All my fans are static pressures. SP 120s, which are pulling in, and then all the other ones are set to go up and out. I didn't have enough room for push-pull because it would have interfered with the CPU block. I don't know if you can see it real well. Yeah, there you go. You can see how close the piping actually is to the fitting on the CPU block as itself, or the bolt for holding it down. All the chromed fittings are Bits Power. These ones were, I can't remember which brand they are, but these are actually pretty good ones. They were inexpensive. It was like 27 bucks for the set, and they actually have double O-rings, which help protect from leakage. And yeah, it's been up and running since I did that other video, and I've had 0 problems. I have literally no desire to change anything but the RAM. I do want to get better graphics cards, but I'm going to water cool them, whatever they are. So, hopefully I can get through the rest of the year with these ones, and then maybe next year for Christmas I can get something for Christmas. Maybe somebody will get me something. Who knows? Christmas. Yeah, that's it. I wanted to keep this at about 10 minutes, and we're reaching that point now. So if you like this build, let me know. I will do a performance review on it next, and then I will do more of my talking head videos in the future. So don't forget to subscribe. Click anywhere here where there should be a couple of other videos that you can watch, and as always, I'll talk to you later.